Greetings, everyone. How are you doing? Today is Wellness Wednesday, and our topic today is accessible self care and social connections. So, our weekly vibe um, is Bridges and Belonging Week. So, all week long, we will be exploring the threads that unite us, our stories, our traditions, self care practices, and acts of kindness, while gently acknowledging the different paths people walk. Okay? So let's get right into it. So today is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Grab your cup of cocoa, coffee, tea, or whatever you're sipping and get cozy. Here we share and start the morning with positive vibes. So let's reset, recharge, and reconnect right here on Cup of Cocoa and Chat. So our focus today um, on Wellness Wednesday will be centering on the power of self-nurturing and connection. It's a reminder that taking care of ourselves doesn't mean doing it all alone. Wellness grows stronger when we reach inward and outward. Excuse me. All right, I had to take a quick drink. I am sorry for that. So, I was saying it's a reminder that taking care of ourselves doesn't mean doing it all alone. Wellness grows stronger when we reach inward and outward. So let's sip, share, and support one another on the journey to feeling whole. I am Princess, the host of Cup of Cocoa and Chat. And this is where we sip, share, and start the day with intention, encouragement, and a little something warm for the soul. I'm live every Wednesday and Friday from 6 a.m. to around 8 a.m. Eastern. I'm bringing you real talk, inspiration, community love, and all the cozy morning vibes, right? I didn't go live this morning, but I am bringing this video to you this evening. So anytime you want more, you can catch new episodes of Cup of Cocoa and Chat, the podcast, every Monday on Spotify and YouTube. And for midweek boost, I share extra doses of motivation, inspiration on Tuesdays and Thursdays across all of my platforms. So stay connected, stay encouraged, and let's grow together. Okay. I also go live on TikTok. And information about that is coming soon. And also, I will be playing games such as Family Feud, word games like the crossword puzzles and different things like that. I will be doing that on the app Favorite It. Not sure what day I'll be doing that, but that's coming soon as well. So let's ease on into our motivation stack. So every Wednesday and Thursday, I give a motivation stack, which is made up of tips and examples of whatever the topic contains. So today, the motivation stack will be simple ways to nurture yourself and connect. So the first one is micro moments of self-care. Micro moments of self-care. You don't need an hour-long spa day to refill your cup. Try 5 minutes of reset. A deep breathing pause, stepping outside for fresh air, or enjoying your cocoa, tea, or whatever your drink is in silence. Little moments add up to big wins for your well-being. So it's all about self-care and just that the micro moments. Number 2, reach out and lift up. Text a friend just to say, I'm thinking of you, or start a quick gratitude chain in your group chat. Small acts of connection create bridges and remind us we're not alone. Wellness grows stronger when we share it. Number 3, create a belonging ritual. Choose one thing this week that makes you feel connected, whether it's a weekly video call, a walk with a neighbor, or joining in on an online chat like this one. Belonging is about showing up and being present. So I have a segment during my show where I do a Coco Chat question, and it's not a question that necessarily has to be answered at the time that I ask it. It's a question that you can reflect on, a question that you can hold close to you and think about another time. Or if you like to respond, you can always respond to this post and drop a comment. Send me an email. Drop me a DM on Facebook, Instagram, or however it may look like for you getting in contact with me if you want to share your answer. And I just realized that I did not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So let me put this one on Do Not Disturb. So usually, yeah, it falls in line. So all of my devices now are on Do Not Disturb. So the question, what's one small way you've shown care to yourself or someone else this week? What's one small way you've shown care to yourself or someone else this week? Whether it was a quiet moment for yourself or a kind gesture toward a friend, drop it in the comments or just hold it in your heart today. Every little act of care matters. Every little act of care matters. Another segment that I do during my show is a root check, where I just check in and make sure everybody's okay. And then I give a micro affirmation after that root check. So I just check, make sure everybody's okay, make sure everybody is coming in reflective, coming in rested, because this is a safe space for you to share your feelings, for you to reflect on any of the information that I'm bringing forth to you, or just if you just want to share. Like, I often have people just to come in to share. A lot of the things that I say resonate with them, and they just want to share. So I take that moment and I call it root check. And then I give a micro affirmation after that. So the micro affirmation is, I give myself permission to pause and be present. I give myself permission to pause and to be present. So now we just want to get into our segment goal. our segment goal. So I always give a segment goal to all of my segments um, on Wednesdays and Fridays. So the segment goal today is um, to empower everyone with simple, realistic ways to care for ourselves and deepen our social connection, reminding us that wellness doesn't have to be expensive, complicated, or done alone. Together, we're building bridges that lead to personal peace and communal strength. I have been doing research on a lot of the things. I'm from Maryland, and there are a lot of things here in Maryland that are not expensive. There's some free things, and there's some things that cost somewhere between $5 and $10. And one of the interesting things that I did find um, was in a museum, and I'm trying to remember the location. It is here in Maryland. It is called Sandy. I believe it's called Sandy Point. I think it's called Sandy Point Slavery Museum. Don't quote me on that. Let me look it up really quick. I know it's Sandy Point. I think it was called Slavery Museum. Yes, it's Sandy Spring. I'm sorry. It's Sandy Spring Slave Museum. And it's in Sandy Spring, Maryland. And it's like 37 minutes from where I am. And it had lots and lots of good reviews. The very first one review that stood out to me, we really appreciate all the work that the volunteers had did to make it an experience that will forever be in their hearts. And so I like that. And so that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to put. I'm gathering a list of different things that, you know, you could do with your family, you could do with your friends. And it's inexpensive. Some of the things are free. And this particular activity is like $10 for adults and $5 for students and seniors, like really inexpensive. But it could be an educational moment for the kids. It could just be something to do with your family, and something very inexpensive. So I will get that list together and I will post it on all of my socials. So our talking points today: number one, redefining what counts as self-care. Number two, the power of community in our wellness. Number three, making wellness accessible on any budget. And number four, building belonging through intentional connection. So we're continuing with our Bridges and Belonging Week, as I said earlier. And it's a theme that invites us to explore the beautiful threads that unite us. our stories, our traditions, our self-care practices, and the everyday acts of kindness that remind us we're not walking this journey alone. Now, before we dive into today's topic, let me give a quick shameless plug for my latest podcast episode of Cup of Cocoa and Chat, the podcast, which is episode 17, and it's budgeting and thrifting living stories. I've also put up a clip. I have another clip that I'm going to post before the day's out. But it's for the Mindful Money Monday, which was yesterday. And it's a conversation straight from my heart. I shared not only practical budgeting tips, but also real life reflections on how growing up with limited resources shaped how I view self-care and spending today. And then that brings me right into today's focus, which is accessible self-care and social connection. Because let's be honest, caring for yourself shouldn't be expensive. It could look like joining a free walking club, tending to a local community garden, trying those free group exercise classes in the park, or simply pausing for deep breathing or quiet meditation at home. And connection is more than social, it's essential. According to the CDC, strong social ties help reduce the risk of chronic illness and improve mental health. So belonging is healing. Excuse me. Even in intergenerational activities like volunteering or joining a local book club can be a powerful way to build friendships, exchange wisdom, and support your well-being. So whether you're tuning in from down the street or across the country, I want you to feel seen, supported, and reminded that wellness doesn't have to come with a price tag. It just starts with intention. So let's get into it. Talking point number 1, redefining what counts as self-care. Self-care doesn't need to look like a bubble bath, spa days, or getaways. It's taking your meds on time. It's drinking water. It's saying no without guilt, or sitting in stillness for 5 minutes. If it helps you feel more whole, grounded, or less overwhelmed, it counts. If it helps you feel more whole, grounded, or less overwhelmed, it counts as self-care. I'm going to repeat that. If it helps you feel more grounded or less overwhelmed, it counts as self-care. You don't have to earn rest or permission to care for yourself. So self-care can be anything. It could be a day trip by yourself. It could be a day trip with your family. It could be a weekend getaway. It could be a week-long vacation, but it doesn't have to be. It could be something as simple as an act that you do for 5 minutes. As long as it helps you feel more grounded, whole, or less overwhelmed, it counts as self-care. Talking point number 2, the power of community in your wellness. The power of community in your wellness. Let me make this a little brighter. Wellness doesn't thrive in isolation. Wellness doesn't thrive in isolation. Your emotional and spiritual health are often nurtured in spaces where you're felt, where you're where you are feeling seen, where you feel safe, and where you feel supported. Whether it's a prayer partner, a group chat, morning check-ins like this one, belonging is medicine. And remember, it doesn't have to be a big group. It could be you and a friend. It could be you online. I know a lot of times they talk about parasocial relationships where you're constantly watching lives of other people. Parasocial relationship is a one-sided relationship. That's more of when you fan out, like with Beyonce. That's the only person I can think about that there could be a parasocial relationship. It's when there is a one-sided relationship where the other person doesn't know you exist, or they don't know you at all. But a lot of the relationships that you encounter on social media, if you're talking, having a conversation with someone, they're communicating with you, you're communicating with them, that's not a parasocial relationship. Parasocial is a one-sided relationship where the other person doesn't know you even exist. So it's okay. Now you have to be careful on the internet. We all know you have to be careful on the internet, but you can have healthy relationships with a group on social media. With everything is a risk. With everything you have to be careful. With everything you have to do your own research. With everything you have to be visual, and you have to be aware of your surroundings, and you have to be aware of what's going on. So that's with everyday life, right? Reach out, show up, and let someone show up for you too, right? Even introverts need soul ties. And I'm an introvert. I like to be alone. I don't have to be in a social setting, but I yearn for it every now and again. And it's good, it's healthy to get out, to make social connections and different things like that. So I encourage you to reach out, show up, and let someone show up for you too. And that is also a form of self-care. Talking point number 3, making wellness accessible on any budget. And that comes with that list that I said I'm going to, I'm doing the research, and I'm getting activities together. In the beginning of the summer, I did a couple of activities that I posted for children, for parents to take their kids during the summer. But we also need that self-care, and self-care can look like anything, but it can also be accessible on any budget. So whether it's free, it costs a few dollars or whatever, as long as you participate in self-care for yourself. So caring for yourself shouldn't be a luxury. Accessible self-care can be free and deeply nourishing. Journaling with a pen and paper costs you nothing. Making a healthy meal with what's in your pantry costs you nothing because it's already in your pantry. Listening to uplifting music costs you nothing. Going outside to stretch, breathe, or soak in sunlight costs you nothing. Truth is, the best wellness plan is the one you can stick with, not the one that breaks the bank. If you have the money to go away for a week or two, by all means do so, right? But as long as you're practicing self-care and it becomes a plan, it becomes a part of you, it becomes something that you do and not do with feeling guilt when doing it, if that makes sense. Excuse me, guys, my sinuses. But self-care is necessary, it's needed. um, it's healthy for our wellness, um, and for our medical, because if you think about all of the things that you can do as self-help, it helps you stay in line with your health goals as well. Talking point number 4. So we get ready to wrap this up a little bit. I'm never before you long. So talking point number 4. Building belonging through intentional connection. Sometimes we wait for a connection to find us. But what if we created it instead? Small acts like initiating a "how are you really?" Small acts like initiating a "how are you really?" conversation by sending a voice note or inviting someone to a virtual tea date can spark deep belonging, right? It doesn't have to be you going out to an expensive restaurant. You don't even have to leave your home. Choose one person, and this is a challenge that I give to you for building through intentional connection. Choose one person to check on this week. One person. Don't underestimate the impact of letting someone know they matter. So I have a quick faith and cocoa moment segment, a quote, and an affirmation, and then we can close up, okay? Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And that comes from Matthew 11, verse 28. This verse reminds us that true wellness begins with surrender, not striving. God invites us to rest in Him, not just when we're strong and energized, but especially when we're worn out and need care. So today, give yourself permission to pause, breathe, and to let God meet you where you are. You're not called to carry everything alone. Take care of yourself, self-care. Do all the things that is necessary for you to take care of yourself. So here's a quote to carry with you throughout the week. Taking care of myself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. Taking care of myself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. So you matter. Your needs matter. Caring for yourself is not selfish. It's an act of stewardship. Our closing affirmation. I am worthy of care, connection, and calm without having to earn it. I am worthy of care, connection, and calm without having to earn it. So I told you I wasn't here for a long time, just for a good time. And we're wrapping up with our Wellness Wednesday. But before we go, I want to leave you with this thought. As you move through your day, remember this. Wellness is not about perfection. It's about being present. Whether you're whether you're taking 5 minutes for yourself or sending love to someone else, every small act of care builds a bridge toward healing and belonging. Keep tending to yourself with grace and reaching out with love. Keep tending to yourself with grace and reaching out with love. So if you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to like, share, and invite someone else to join us here on Cup of Cocoa and chat. I will be back Friday. I will be live on Friday. Same time, 6 a.m. for Favorited, 6:30 a.m. for Facebook and YouTube Eastern Standard Time. But until then, take care, be bold, and as always, peace, blessings. I love you guys, and I keep trying to stop my mobile desk from falling. Thank you guys, and I mean it. Bye for now.